This is HRTV Rewind, taking a look back at the racing week.
The 2011 Horse of the Year, I think I'll pronounce this right, Havre de Grace.
It's some kind of thrill to win this award that I only dreamed of maybe 10, 15 years ago. As many of you know, I've seen the lowest of lows in horse racing, and I've seen a lot of highs. But nothing rivals Havre de Grace. She's the most deserving horse. She had the most memorable campaign and accounted for the most excitement at the top level of the sport throughout the entire year. She did it her way. She won the big races when it counted, and more ability than any horse that I've ever owned. She puts fire in my belly every time she races. She's just an amazing force that fits the name Harbor of Grace. And I'm very fortunate to have bought her, and Larry Jones couldn't have done a better job of showing his terrific horsemanship any better than he did with this great mare.
I'm so proud of Rick, and I can't criticize other owners whenever they get a horse of this category, retiring them and selling them or taking the money, whatever they have to do, because this is a high-risk game he's going to be playing from right here. And as I said, it's going to cost almost as much to insure her as what he's going to be facing to make through purse money. But Rick is putting a star back on the track. Right now, racing needs stars. We need our version of Michael Jordan or whatever. Somebody that steps out and everybody has a name recognition for.
And the winner is my Miss Aurelia.
All I can say is I'm very, very relieved that her campaign went as well as it did, and my name didn't jinx her.
Thank you very much for the tribute to my late husband, Jess Jackson, who loved this sport. And he brought me in, he pulled me into the sport. I thought it was kind of crazy to do it, but he hooked me.
David and Rapid Redux were perfect in the year 2011.
Well, this is really an exciting moment. This has been some day. My dad started in the business in 1938, and we actually got in 1957, but it has been a family affair and a love affair of horses for many, many years.
You know, tonight we wouldn't be here, I won't believe, if Ambozami hadn't won the Breeders' Cup.
All of the credit goes to this. He found the horse, he trained the horse, he made the horse a champion.
The winner is Animal Kingdom.
I don't know what's more unnerving, winning the Eclipse Award or being on stage with Bo Derek.
This is the second Eclipse Award for Outstanding Owner for the Ramseys.
What a year, what a year. And it's been almost all of it filled with joy. It's truly almost a one-horse show, but there's a lot of human characters to complete the cast.
And the Eclipse goes to William Mott.
I think with every trainer, whether it's me or anybody else on the backside, I think anybody with a large stable has assistant trainers that help them out. And in my case, I've got some assistant trainers that I think are a big part of this.
Tonight, all of these awards are being presented are a product of hard work by so many people in our industry, from owners, trainers, jockeys, exercise riders, grooms, and I'd like to thank everyone.
On behalf of all the owners of Cape Blanco, I would like to thank all those who voted for him and commend them on their good judgment.
This was a great division of fillies, so this is absolutely spectacular that we should win this. And I'm honored to accept this award.
Special thanks to my wife Audrey, daughter Stacy, and son Parker, who have shared my joy in watching Stacy lead his races and visits to the barn and her workouts. It's been a very special experience to share this glorious time with my family.
I'm honored. This is gorgeous, like this eclipse. Before we get started, I'd like to apologize that Hanson himself is not here. He's training at Gulfstream.
What really impressed me about Tom was the way he persevered through so many difficulties to become such an iconic figure in the game. And I love that his legend and his influence really was able to influence a younger generation of people.
Let me tell you about what Hanson's been up to. I can tell you he's ready to go. I mean, when Maker walks by him, he gives him the look like, put me in, coach. He's ready to be cut loose. And we call him White Lightning. Mike sent me a text this morning that said for January 29th, he's forecasting a big storm. So he's ready to roll. And what's interesting, Mike's been able to get him to track other horses the last 2 workouts.
Now, Animal Kingdom, 5th in the Belmont, has not started since. The goal is Dubai this year. What else down the line have you thought about with Animal Kingdom?
You know, I don't think Barry and I have talked beyond Dubai. This has always been our goal since we got him started back in October. So, you know, it's hard to look beyond that. That's certainly our initial goal, and everything's going to have to go very smoothly to get him there, quite honestly.
She has enough tactical speed to put herself in a good spot in the first turn and get ahead of most of the horses, I think. So that's going to be our strategy.
Mr. Bowling in a 3-way thriller.
Got even holding on, got even. Midnight transfer. Perfect ride from Joel Rosario up to catch got even.
You're watching HRTV Rewind.
She fired off 8 consecutive graded stakes victories, strutted into the winner's circle 15 times in 3 seasons on the track, and earned more than $3 million and 2 championships. Her name was Silver Bullet Day. Silver Bullet Day's remarkable stakes streak commenced in the 1998 Alcibiades at Keeneland, a race that served as a stepping stone to the ultimate goal, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies.
Baffert 1-2 in the Juvenile Fillies at the 16th pole. It is Silver Bullet Day.
Showing what would become a trademark quality. A determination to win, Silver Bullet Day and her regular pilot Gary Stevens held off stablemate Excellent Meeting.
Here's the wire. The filly champion is Silver Bullet Day.
It's a Silver Bullet Day, that's all I can tell you.
She started off her 3-year-old campaign right where she left off, in the winner's circle. In what ultimately would result in another title-winning season, Silver Bullet Day began the year winning a pair of stakes at the fairgrounds, the Devona Dale and Fairgrounds Oaks.
Silver Bullet Day, the Eclipse Award winner, wins the Devona Dale.
Before the end of 1999, Silver Bullet Day would add 6 more stakes to her cash. Arguably her most important win that season came in the filly counterpart to the Kentucky Derby, the Kentucky Oaks.
The champion filly, Silver Bullet Day, did not disappoint.
In 2009, Silver Bullet Day received racing's highest honor, an induction into the Hall of Fame.
We have a field of 13 competing, wide open affair for a first of 3 Derby prep races. Of course, the next stop is the Risen Star, and then the finale down here at the fairgrounds is the Louisiana Derby, and then hopefully a few of these will head on over to the Kentucky Derby, Run for the Roses. Going to Mr. Bowling, the 4-horse, I'm a big fan of this one on top. This barn can get them ready, and it seems like that may be the direction you want to take in a race like this that's wide open, is maybe handicapping the conditioners, what their plans are. Are they hoping for a big effort today, or are they looking for this horse to compete down the line here? So I ended up going with Mr. Bowling because he wins these types of races, and this one already won at this distance 2 starts back.
Some hard-nosed racing coming toward the quarter pole. And now they're into the stretch. Joe Hollywood, Cash Refund, Game Tree charging. Mambo Galliano spoke through a keyhole. Final furlong. Cash Refund to a short lead. Game Tree charging. Joe Hollywood has gone back to third. Then Mambo Galliano. Final half furlong. Cash Refund, Game Tree, Cash Refund in a battle that's come down to a bob. Cash Refund and Game Tree, they hit this together dead tight. Now they're in the final 3/16. Believe You Can holds on to this lead from Summer Applause and Any Many. Always here to fourth, down toward the final 16th of a mile. Believe You Can for Rosie Napravnik. Believe You Can in the Silver Bullet Day. All the way, Believe You Can.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried about the fractions and I didn't know, if we'd gone a little too fast, but she sure kicked in when we head for the lane. I mean, she's a very, very, very talented filly, and I'm just thankful for the Joneses and all the connections for having me on today.
Mr. Vegas trying to see this through for one more furlong. Mr. Vegas holding on to a short lead. Dubious Misses charging. Strike him back and Sun Tracer on the front outside. Inside the final 16th, Mr. Vegas kept on. Mr. Vegas to win it from Dubious Miss.
Did you plan on this horse going to the lead the entire way?
Actually, no. He was supposed to sit off the pace, but he made the lead and relaxed real well. Miguel did a good job.
The Sky Has No Limit set down now for Shane Sellers into this final Fairgrounds furlong. This Sky Has No Limit is staying on. Fast Alex on the outside, Almodoro and Gleam of Hope. Stay Put is next. This Sky Has No Limit in the Louisiana Handicap wins by a length.
A very good spot for him to get started back. He needed a freshening, and he's come back really well. He's put in some tremendous work and just thought that this was a good spot for him. Shane gave him a great trip. I think he was pretty fortunate that the field didn't have much pace in it and it went his way, but it's a great spot for him to come back in.
Inspired has a 4-length advantage now in the final furlong and a half from Wild About Marie charging up the inside. Flash Mash, well deserved with a late gain. Mullins Beach in 5th on the edge of the 16th hole. Inspired holding on to the lead. Wild About Marie charging, but time ticking away. Inspired in the Panzeretta.
Today we plan, we're going to come out of there and let her head loose where she's comfortable. And I told Adam, I was watching the races all day in the grass, everybody kind of stay off the rails. So I was like, if you see me, I'm kind of 6 or 5 wise because I've been watching the races today, so don't panic on me. But she did it perfectly today, and it worked out good.
And now they're at the top of the stretch. 3/4 went in 1:12 and 4. The charge down to the final furlong. It's Mr. Bowling who's emerged in front. Hero Border at the inside. Alexander the Great. Z Dagger on the far outside. Shared Property. Cape Down Devil and Hammer's Terror. Inside the final 16th. Shared Property. Z Dagger. Mr. Bowling in a 3-way thriller. It's Mr. Bowling on the wire.
Unbelievable trip. I just wanted to give him a chance turning for home. I worked him in the morning. He saw a lot of fight in him. So I figured I can get him clear turning for home, give him a chance to run home, he would. And the horse ranged up to him late, he give him some second effort. This is one of the equally as tough as LeCompte I've seen in a while, so I look forward to him the rest of the year. Hopefully I can stay on him.
He's done well since then. I think he's filled out. He's not a real big, strong horse, but I do think he's done some filling out since the Breeders' Cup.
Graham, he did run well in both of his starts since being imported. Both times he came from way out of it. Is he a dyed-in-the-wool stretch runner, or has that just been circumstance and bad posts that he has to deal with?
Funnily enough, when he came over, Barry kind of envisioned him being a horse that was going to run up close to the pace, but he's had a tendency to break a step slow in both his races, and I think that's probably compromised him a little bit. I hope he comes out of there a little sharper today because he's going to need to.
Graham, I don't see a lot of pace in this race. Perhaps How Great will show speed. He won sprinting at Parks and then was on the lead from obviously slow fractions, but the way he spurted clear, looks like he's a pretty handy colt and is coming around nicely. Do you expect him to be on the lead?
He's going to be close, I mean, it's interesting that these two horses probably are going to have styles that complement each other somewhat. So I would certainly envision him being on or very close to the lead.
With his stablemate, How Great to catch, they're into the stretch. How Great on top by 2. Empire Builder is second. Lucky Chappie's trying to roll late on the outside, but How Great's got a 3-length lead as Lucky Chappie and Empire Builder chase him home. How Great wins the Kitten's Joy.
She came out of the race in good shape. The turf was a little too soft for her that day, and Ramon said she really wasn't handling it halfway through the race. So we just kind of stopped, regrouped with her a little bit, pointed towards this race, and she's doing good. She has a lot of class about her. She's pretty easy to train. She likes firm ground, and she should be getting it. She has enough tactical speed to put herself in a good spot in the first turn and get ahead of most of the horses, I think. So that's going to be our strategy.
Whole lot of shaking. Day at the Spa unleashing a run down the center of the course, and Day at the Spa takes off for the wire. Day at the Spa and Javier Castellano win the sweetest chant over Whole Lotta Shakin', Frolic's Revenge, and Sisterhood.
On the inside, Vamo Galopia now strikes the front, got a perfect run through on the inside. Wildmere running on late as well. But Vamo Galopia, very impressive, strides home to win it convincingly. 3-way photo for second. And Frumius clear with a 16th to go. And it is going to be Frumius and Antonio Castagnon to take the Palace Birdies convincingly. Frumius by 4.5 in the end.
He's kind of put it all together now. He had a nice outside post last time, was able to settle and make a run, and hopefully he'll do that again today.
You draw the dreaded rail. How do you feel about that, Kayla?
Hate it. Hate it.
What's your plan, seeing as how the track was so speed favoring yesterday?
You know, I think we're just going to see what happens, because it's possibly, hopefully, going to be different today. I mean, I'm not saying he can't go wire to wire. I just don't want him to.
Now Midnight Transfer joins the fray as well. Kotsicki's in with a shot too, got even. Here's Midnight Transfer, Drill did not go on. It is on the outside, Midnight Transfer coming at got even, holding on, got even. Midnight Transfer, perfect ride from Joel Rosario, up to catch, got even.
I just let him break, and get a final position, and, I just let us find her stride, and by the 3-year point, I just kind of waited a little bit because I have a couple horses in front, and I don't have where to go. I know I have a lot of horses in there, and I just kind of waited in there, and when I have a chance to go out, move out. So he come home very good like the last time.
Down the centre, Tis Flirtatious. Love the Way You Are, coming with a big run on the extreme outside too. Include Me Out is clear. On the outside, Love the Way You Are, and also Great Hot in there. But it is all Include Me Out. And Include Me Out and Joe Talamo coming home, stylish winners of the La Cañada.
We had a great trip. I thought I'd be laying second around the first turn, but Rafael and Rosario kind of moved early, so I just took back. And then after that, down the backside, I took her out just so she wouldn't get too much dirt in her face. And after that, we just had a great trip. I mean, she was only about 3 wide the whole race, and it was just great.
Coming up on HRTV Rewind.
There's one for the judge and her camera.
This is kind of a dream come true. We bred the horse. We raised him. We taught him his ABCs right out here in barn 81.
Rachel Alexandra has given birth to her first full 125-pound colt by Curlin.
You're watching HRTV Rewind.
They're coming to the final furlong now. It's I'm Indiscreet and Madam Dream. Late run coming on the outside by Trime. He's trying to gain late. Big late run coming from Precious Present and angling to the far outside. Here's the favorite Southern Trail, but she's on the scene too late and will finish second to Madam Dream, who takes it. It was Southern Trail who was second. Third went to I'm Indiscreet. Fourth was either Precious Present or...
There's a horse, Mabuba, that we saw come back. And I was very impressed with that last race because it was off the ship from Canada. They were 2.5 months off. As a 5-year-old mare to win, going 1 mile and an 1/8, that was a darn good effort. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on this specific horse and the race.
Well, she's always been an impressive mare. Ever since she first arrived in Dubai, she's done plenty to keep herself in the eye of the Maidan public, and she too didn't have a bad summer in the Northern Hemisphere. She came back looking as though she would be very hard to beat. As you remember, Joanne, she didn't have a great deal of luck at Woodbine in a race before starting here in the Carnival, and there were some excuses for her there. And as you say, she was very impressive. And she was up against males as well. Perhaps where I come from, we see a lot more of that. The sexes mixing in the Southern Hemisphere. It's not done so much in the Northern Hemisphere, but she lived right up to it. She beat the males, and going up against her own sex on Friday, she's going to be very, very hard to beat.
Mahbooba given full bore at the 300 metres mark. Here's First City starting to tear down the centre of the track. Mahbooba has a fight on her hand. First City's coming after her. Mahbooba and First City, they've drawn away from Hurricane Havoc and Ream. Mahbooba in front. First City still coming. Mahbooba pulling out. First City lunged. Oh, there's one for the judge and her camera.
Bold Chieftain on the inside's under very heavy pressure. Stalking Gold's running a strong race on the outside. It's Dunmore East leaving the rail open for Bold Chieftain. Stalking Gold chimes in. Dunmore East is just in front. Bold Chieftain, we know he relishes a fight. And in the last stride, he gets into a very close photo with Dunmore East, a photo finish that could go either way.
This is kind of a dream come true. We bred the horse. We raised him. We taught him his ABCs right out here in barn 81. And when I was walking over with him today, I thought about his first race to this race and what he did to us in the middle.
Yeah, it's a great run to have that. Not too many horses run till they're 9, are able to keep a horse sound and able to run strong every time.
To fill his shoes in that stall that he just come out of, I don't see nothing.
Now, where is he headed?
He's going to Ellen Jackson. She purchased over 50% of the horse, and she'll be standing there at Ellen's place in Vacaville.
Rachel Alexandra has given birth to her first full 125-pound colt by Curlin.
Okay, now we're talking by a 2-time Horse of the Year, out of a female Horse of the Year, and there is a look, 2:40 Eastern time. I know Stone Street and Barbara Banke are over the moon with this birth.
Look at that.
No names as of yet, but there might be a little truth to the rumor that he was born with an S on his chest, because we can't see it there laying in the hay.
That was this afternoon at Stone Street. You're seeing pictures of Rachel Alexandra's first foal, again a 125-pound colt, and the affection displayed between the foal and Rachel herself, and what a champion mare she was.
That's all for Rewind this week. Here's a look at what's coming up next week on HRTV.
How do you follow Millie Ball?
It's tough.
I mean, I know the natural inclination is just turn the channel. She'll be back in 5 minutes maximum. She does a great job.
It's tough just working with her, because I feel like I should just bow down and, you know.
You don't even have to dress up. Everybody's looking at her.
Exactly.
They're not looking at you, Scott.
That's
Let's face it.